My name is Mo Aziz. I'm a partner at the firm of Abraham Watkins, which is a personal injury firm based in Houston, Texas. So this was an oil field injury case. What was happening at the time of the incident was that there was a group of workers that were pressure washing a frac tank. And they were basically using a truck with a motor that generates really high pressures, up to 10,000 PSI. The issue we found here was that the equipment had been mismatched. So the engine on the truck could produce really high pressures, but then the hose and the attachment at the end were not rated for those pressures. And so while he was washing out the tank, the attachment at the end got dislodged and struck him underneath his jaw and basically went through his tongue and into his palate. An equipment malfunction. So the equipment was not properly designed. The parts were not properly put together. There was not enough engineering thought given to this whole setup. The first obstacle that came to our mind was, how do we dig deep enough that we can truly uncover all the safety violations that even allowed such a defectively designed piece of equipment to be used at this site. It was really like two cases in one case at one point, right? So we did part one, established liability on the contractor, and then we turned to the operator of the facility and started pursuing theories of liability as they related to negligent retention of contractors. Based on their own documents, we were able to show that their own procedures would have required the presence of a company man for this type of job. And so once we were able to do that, I think it still took for the decision makers in the room at the mediation and spend a significant time showing them that even if they pick up 30% of this judgment, the injuries are so severe that that's going to be a very substantial number. And so we had to educate the decision makers on their exposure, and that's where the animation came in very useful. This case settled for a confidential 8-figure amount. Seasoned senior level adjusters and lawyers, I mean, it had that effect on them, I could tell. When they were watching the video, I was watching them to see how their body language is and how they're responding, and I could tell they didn't like it. They didn't like it not because they felt bad for my client. They didn't like it because they didn't want that to make it to the courthouse.